Ask and you shall receive. Yo, what's good everyone? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. As you can see by the title, we are back again with yet another review. Now in today's review, we are going to be taking a look at a shoe that did actually release quite a long time ago. But before we get into all of that, I just want to welcome back all of my returning subscribers. If you are new around here, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video. If you do go on to enjoy this video, please give us a massive thumbs up, which is always truly appreciated. And if you do want to reach out to me outside of YouTube, you will be able to find me on Instagram under ACS Sneakers. And now we got all those formalities out of the way, sit back, relax, and let's go ahead and get straight into this video.
Ho, 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 ho.
Merry Christmas!
So first things first, just like we always do, let's just go ahead and take a quick look at the shoebox. Now as you will be able to see if you are familiar with Yeezy, this is your standard Yeezy cardboard box. Now as you can tell from the top of the lid, this is a Yeezy 500 as it does have that 500 print. And then if we do just take a quick look at the label, which reads, it is the Yeezy 500 in the Taupe GT colorway. Now this is a UK 9.5, as you will be able to see from the size label. Hopefully that will focus for you. And other than that, it is just your pretty standard, ordinary, bog standard box. Something I did notice about this one though, that I've never really seen on any other Yeezy boxes before, is this little Royal Mail tag. Now I'm not going to show you because it does have some of my address details on it, but I've never actually seen that before, and there's also like a little red arrow as well, so I'm not sure if that's like a new thing or if that's just something for this specific release. No idea what the situation is, but it did have a Royal Mail tag on it. No idea why that is. No idea why Royal Mail would even see that, because there is another box that it gets shipped in, so it's just a little bit weird. But other than that little ramble right there, if we now just go ahead, dive straight into this box and take a look at the shoes. So without any further ado, in hand we have the Yeezy 500 in the taupe light colorway. Now I'm sure a lot of you guys that are actually watching this video will actually recognize this shoe, because this shoe did actually officially release about 4 or 5 months ago. I've seen plenty of reviews on this shoe at the time, and this actually released on Yeezy Day if I'm not mistaken. I wasn't able to cop when it first released unfortunately, but pretty standard when it comes to 500s for me. And then very recently in my December review or December upcoming look, I did actually mention that, you know, I've been on the lookout for a pair of Yeezy 500s for ages now. Haven't really been able to cop for retail, and I'm pretty much against paying resale where I can. So I haven't really been able to try any before, and then within a few days of actually posting that video, weird as it sounds, I actually then got exclusive access to buy this pair through the Confirmed app. Now my relationship with the Adidas Confirmed app isn't great, to be completely honest. My luck is pretty much non-existent, and I was really surprised to get it. I think a lot of people got exclusive access to this and a couple of other shoes that, you know, really weren't big sellers. So like the 350 review that we did, where it was like a weird mesh material, there was the 380s on there, and just generally a couple of shoes that probably didn't do too well and they were just able to just get rid of. But this one, as soon as I saw it, I had to grab it. And yeah, even though this colorway did release such a long time ago, because this is the very first pair of 500s that I have personally, I'm going to try and focus more on the shoe rather than the actual colorway itself. For me, this is effectively a blank canvas. I've never owned a pair before, so I'm really interested to share my thoughts and opinions on this shoe with you guys. But with all that rambling said and done, if we now just go ahead and just dive straight into this review, as you will be able to see, we have a really nice dark tan color, which actually combines quite a lot of materials together really nicely. Now, the upper of the shoe does feature suede, mesh, leather, as well as some 3M piping as well. And all things considered, the quality of the materials on this shoe is A1, 100% quality. Absolutely no craftsmanship issues, no QC issues. Everything in terms of the overall build is amazing. Absolutely no faults for it. I was really surprised by how good the quality is on this shoe. So starting with the suede, it's really nice, it's really thick, has that two-tone variation to it. Not sure if you will be able to see that from where I've brushed it on the actual toe box, but it feels really nice, it looks really nice, it smells great. And that pretty much continues the theme for the rest of the upper as well. So the mesh is really thick, feels really nice and durable. The quality of the leather, where you can actually see it on the upper, feels really nice as well. And that really nice 3M piping, just for me at least, adds that really nice versatile look to the shoe. It's already a very futuristic and aesthetically, not necessarily the most pleasing shoe in the world, but for 3M, as far as I'm concerned, it's always great to have on any shoe. That's just my personal opinion. And all in all, they've absolutely made a really fantastically well-made shoe, as you could probably expect. I am a little bit disappointed that they didn't supply any inserts, paper or cardboard, so I'm not sure if you will be able to see that, but the toe box is looking a little bit flat. But other than that, you know, I can always supply my own paper for it, and that's not really an issue, but it was a little bit jarring when I got these out of the box, and it just looked a little bit weird to me. Now, aesthetically, I am still finding myself asking myself that question, whether or not this is a shoe I could actually see myself wearing. I just don't know if it's for me, and I just don't know if it's the right look for me and will fit with the clothes in my wardrobe. And when it comes to pickups now, I'm trying to be a lot more selective. I have quite a lot of shoes as it is, and I find it quite difficult to actually wear a lot of the shoes in my collection, whether it be because the outfit's not right or the time's not right, or the fact that I live in England and it rains all the time, so a suede shoe isn't necessarily going to be the best. But it is a really, really nice shoe, and I just feel like it's going to take me a little bit of time to actually decide if this is a shoe for me. But then just continuing on with the actual rest of the review itself. Now, in the center of the shoe, we then have pretty much just more of the same. So we have more of that really nice tan color on these rope shoelaces. The laces themselves are then fed through these suede eye stays to match what we've seen throughout the rest of the shoe. And then incorporated into the laces as well, we then have some more 3M materials once again. And all of this sits atop this really nice mesh tongue, once again just in keeping with the rest of the build of the shoe. As we then work our way onto the inside of the shoe, we have this really nicely padded sock liner. It feels absolutely incredible on foot, I can't lie. Really nice, really plush and really thick. And it actually feels really stable as well, and we'll get on to my opinions on that later on in the video. But all in all, absolutely brilliant in terms of like the cushioning around the actual ankle collar. Now, in terms of like the overall branding on this shoe, because Yeezy is quite commonly known for not really overdoing it and just pretty much just slapping their branding everywhere. So the actual branding for this shoe can only really be seen on the tip of the toe, on the medial side of the midsole, and then on the insole with that Yeezy, Adidas and Orphalite branding. From there, if we then just work our way down to the midsole, as you will be able to see, we have this absolutely crazy looking abstract midsole. Now, this isn't done using the same materials as what we see on a lot of other Yeezy products. This is actually using Adiprene instead of Ultra Boost. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure if this is the very first time I've owned a shoe that has an Adiprene materials, but I was really surprised. At first, in my mind, I was like, I don't like it. But the more I actually had it on feet and the more I walked around in it in the house, it felt amazing, felt really stable, really great support. And it just felt like it was a very, very comfortable material. Don't get me wrong, Ultra Boost is still always going to be king for me until something absolutely radical comes out and absolutely changes the game. But in terms of like comfortable shoes just for everyday wear, this shoe is exceptionally comfortable in my opinion, and I don't think you'll have any issues just wearing this here, there and everywhere. And then from there, if we do the swing over to the outsole, which for me is actually one of my favourite details on this entire shoe. Looks great, that crazy design, that swirl-like detail just looks absolutely incredible. And yeah, it just looks amazing to me. I really love the fact of, you know, how it looks aesthetically. Not something you can appreciate on foot, but definitely a really nice design if you ask me. So just to quickly touch on the overall sizing for this shoe. Now, a lot of people will tell you when it comes to Yeezys to go a half size up, and that's something that I've also started to do myself recently. And I went with a UK 9.5. I'm usually a UK size 9, and this fits me absolutely fine. There might be a little bit of extra room in the toe box that I don't necessarily care for, but is it a big enough issue that I would return it and get a size 9 or buy a size 9 resale? Probably not. So I do feel like it really just comes down to how you like to wear your shoes. If you're happy with a little bit of extra room in the toe box, just go with a half size up and you'll be fine. If you like that more tighter fit, just go with your natural size in what you would wear anything else, and that should absolutely be fine for you as well. And other than that, there's honestly really not a lot to touch on a shoe like this. It's very clean, very simple, very minimal, very much in keeping with that everyday type of wear. And there isn't really much more that I feel like is actually worth commenting on. So if we now just go ahead and wrap up this video. So just to wrap up this video so you guys can get on out of here, in terms of my overall opinion for the shoe itself, I'm going to say that my first Yeezy 500 is probably an easy 7 out of 10. Now for me, I'm not sure if I can pull it off is probably the biggest thing in my mind, where I've tried the shoe on, I've tried it on for my missus, I've asked my kids' opinion even, and everyone's kind of giving me that same kind of, like I'm trying too hard, or it's just not necessarily working for me. And as you probably can see behind me, I primarily wear a lot of Nike shoes, and a lot of the shoes that I wear, I think a lot of people have become very familiar with. So I'm not sure maybe if this is just a little bit too radical of a change in comparison to what I normally wear, and that's putting off the people in my household. But they do hold a lot of sway with me, and they do help me decide which shoes do and don't work for me, because sometimes you like a shoe just enough to want to keep it, but it just doesn't work with your wardrobe or with your style, or the aesthetics are all wrong. So I'm still on the fence. I'm still trying to get guys' opinions, and, I'm asking other friends and asking you guys now, what do you guys think of this shoe? Is this worth keeping, or is it worth letting go? I know everybody says, make your own opinions, but if I'm on the fence, so guys, help me out if you can. And I do always love to hear from you guys as well. So like I say, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you have stuck around to this point in the video, I do want to say a massive thank you. If you haven't already, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video. And I hope to see you all again in the next one.